You've been using these shapes, throughout your career. There's this dichotomy between your subjects and the shapes, right? So a subject-object dichotomy. In the beginning, your shapes were these golden halos, the religious iconography in the guiding light. And from there, we see that these shapes started taking a life form in itself and express something that comes from deep within the subject themselves.
Absolutely. If you look at Byzantine iconography or Christian iconography or anything with halos, the halo means something, like the enlightened one, the holy one, like somebody emanating something pure, beyond and above, ethereal. So it's an idea that's emphasizing a person, but like the idea that I had was like it starts moving off the person, so now it's like those ideas, that entity that is still around, starts meaning other things. So yeah, I guess that's where these graphic shapes that were there at first to emphasize a particular idea of holiness kind of took on their own life and started expressing an energy or a feeling. I had a lot of ideas about it. I was interested in string theory for a period of time and like the vibration of whatever those strings are made of, but that are meant to make up like molecules or so vibrations. And it started to tell a story outside of just the figure. They were there always as supporting actors. And as time moved on, I wanted to put more importance on what that is about. It's very abstract thinking. And once it comes out without a figure, something different happens to your mind when you can't identify something that a lot of people look at something and they're like, oh, that looks like an elephant.
Here's me planting an idea in your head. I say to you, don't think about elephants. What are you thinking about?
Elephants.
I find it really interesting when you look at an abstract work and there's nothing that's being identified, but there's an emotion. There's like these weird connections that you can't really put words to. Just the shapes themselves. They trigger certain things, but you're not aware of it, or you're not making sense of it in the foreground of your mind.
Right.
But it has an effect on you.
So as this figure moves, it's kind of ribbon shapes, right? They kind of dance or move around your figures. It's almost as if these shapes were acting as a reflection of the portraits, like the alter ego of the portraits, a doppelganger.
I always thought of these shapes and colors to kind of be the workings of the mind of a person, or the energy surrounding them, the vibe that you get from them being in that space. I really like the idea of like energies surrounding people, as if there's more to the person than just what you see. Like there's workings that are kind of invisible.
So it is a revelation of the subject, right?
Yeah, so partially, an emanation of the person, or what surrounds and influences that person that they are not aware of. Which we could say, if our mind is within us, it's coming from our mind. Some religious people might believe there's exterior forces outside of oneself.
So, talking about the shadow, that's actually where you will have to go as an individual if you want to become fully fulfilled and complete, in order to become the person you need to be, and not just one facet, which is coming back to your works. It's as if your paintings were freed from these concepts, as if you yourself were diving deeper into your own psychic realms, right? And I think that's the individuation process right there.
The guiding light was something I had done a long time ago, and it had a certain amount of success. But I had to stop painting fashion models because it was almost like too easy, and this is not why I want to do art. Maybe it helped me dive into myself, because I started questioning, like, what is it that I'm doing? Why do I want to do this? What is the purpose of what I'm doing? My grandfather would always say, it's very important to always know what it is that you're doing. And I'm always like, what am I doing? And I don't always have the answer. I guess it's a deep dive in myself, and hopefully it has value, because other people can relate to that, and hopefully all of us questioning ourselves, we kind of grow and as a society. That's the big picture shit, but yeah.